Welcome back to this channel, and thank you so much guys for always choosing to watch my videos. If you're here today for the very first time, my name is Betty and welcome to Betty AZ YouTube channel. If you're a returning subscriber, oh my god guys, you know how much I appreciate you all, and thank you for always supporting me. And I'm so humbled, you know. I always feel so great to know that you're there for me, and I love you back. So guys, today I want to talk about, first of all, let me say this, the struggle of a YouTuber. I've done 2 videos, and each and every time I play those videos I'm like, oh, I don't like the way I sound, oh, I don't like this, and you know, it's funny because I don't know, maybe if you're a YouTuber you can let me know. I record myself and then I listen to the video and I end up deleting it. So today I deleted 2 videos. I don't know if you guys do that. You just listen to the video and you're like, oh, what was I talking about? Or maybe you just didn't like the way you sound. So anyway, I deleted 2 videos today. And then what else? And then I've been meaning to, I don't know, since I got ready during the day to do the videos, but something has been happening, you know, things happening and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh my god, now it's almost 9 o'clock and now it's the time I'm doing the videos. 9 p.m. but it's all good, you know. It's a life can be crazy sometimes, and especially when you have kids and you have friends and you have this, and you know, sometimes you're like, let me settle down and do a video, and then somebody calls. Let me settle down and do a video, and then the children, you know, the kids do something. Kamamu Anamka, you know, she does something, and Darren does something, and you're like, oh, I'm so distracted. And then comes dinner, comes lunch, comes life of a mother. So anyway guys, today I want to talk about something that happens a lot of times. It happens to people who live abroad and they go back to their home countries, and especially if you go back to your home country after many years abroad. And actually, let me not even say many years, let me put it this way, like if you go abroad for 2 years, over 1 year, so many things happen. There are so many changes. Like me, I always say, oh my god, I don't know what to expect when I go to visit Kenya, because some people ask me, Betty, have you been back since you came, you know, since I got here? I've never been back, and it's been what? It's been 7 years. I've never been back, and it's by choice actually, because if I want to visit, I can visit, but I just choose. Right now I'm not able to visit because of work and stuff like that, and the little girl and stuff. So anyway, I don't even have to explain the reason why. But the thing is, you realize time flies, time goes so fast, time when you're in these countries, you're like, oh my god, the 1 year has ended, 2 years. A lot of people, they come here, they're like, I'm just gonna be here for I have a friend of mine, she goes back home every year. She says, I'm going back home this December, I'm going back home next December, and every year she returns home. So what I'm trying to say is, things change back home. As soon as you leave the airport, you spend a week, 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, then you come to realize a lot has changed. Like for me, I'll give you an example. When I came when I left home, I don't think, no, we had those pay bills and pay bills and stuff like that. And right now, if you ask me how to use a pay bill number or a till number, like if I go to a store like a supermarket, I don't know, I'm gonna have somebody to show me how to use a pay bill, or you know, like I don't use that method of payment a lot. And actually here in the US, a lot of people, we are so, people are so used to just using the card. You swipe your card, you go. I go to the gas station, I swipe my card. And it's just, I don't use cash a lot. So for me, if I go back home, it's gonna be different for me, because number one, I understand, and that's it. This is what I heard. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but somebody told me a lot of places they use M-Pesa, and M-Pesa in America is like Zelle. Is it like Zelle? Oh, no, it's like Cash App. Cash App. And Zelle is like M-Pesa, right? Because it's where you send the money. Yeah, Zelle too. We have Zelle. We have other things, yeah. So I don't know. Honestly, I would be very confused if somebody say use a pay bill number or. And then I heard another word. Somebody was talking about Fuliza. I honestly don't even know what Fuliza is. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Fuliza, what is it? What is I heard another friend of mine talking about Fuliza. I'm like, I don't know. So many things have changed. Even the Swahili, like Sheng, new Sheng. When you leave home 10 years down the line, you're abroad for 10 years. You go back home and people are speaking speaking different. Like oh my God, guys. They just come up with new words that you're not used to. Even in my own Kikuyu language, my own language, there are so many different words that people come up with, and you're like, wow, we hear them over the internet, but it's not the same when you go back in person and you experience it. You're like, oh, this is different. And like for me, I've been here for how many years? That like 7 years without going back home, almost 8 years. And maybe by the time I go back to Kenya, it'll be 10 plus years. I don't know. I don't even know when. But the day I will go back, definitely for sure, things will be different. I hear people saying, like I'm sorry about people from other countries, because I know we are so many here, South Africa and other countries. I'm just talking about my country because now I'm trying to imagine, like for me, when I go back, I hear people saying about, oh, there are new roads here and there, like new roads, new constructions, new this, new buildings. Right now, if you ask me to take you to a friend's house, I don't think I can remember any friend's house. I don't think I can remember how to take myself there. The reason is because they build new buildings all the time, and I'm serious. Right now, if I go to like at the airport and you tell me, Betty, come to my house, I'm not gonna be able to bring myself there, because it's been so many years. My friends, they moved, and others, I can't remember how to get to their to their address. It's just different when you've been abroad for so many years, and then you go back and you realize there are, like now in Kenya, there are so many malls. When I left Kenya, there are like 2 malls or something, or 3 malls, something, the malls that were back. But right now, I believe there are so way too many malls, shopping malls and new stores, like sometimes people tell me, oh, there's KFC back home. I don't know. I haven't been there, so I haven't seen it. There's so many changes, There are so many changes, and sometimes I ask myself, wow, do I need, when you live abroad for so many years, when you live here, do you need somebody to hold your hand in your own country? Wow, we always talk about the culture shock, but imagine you go back home and you're still getting the culture shock. Like, it's funny because some of these things, when you get home, you're so used to this life here, and then they start, you start feeling like you are in a whole different country, and it's your country. So another thing is the money. Like when I left home, we still had the old Kenya money, right? I don't know about you guys, other people from different countries, whether your money has changed, but for me, our money changed. And right now, if you tell me to, I actually haven't seen the new money. Like, I've seen it in a picture, but I've never seen it in real. So if anybody is coming to Arizona, make sure you bring me the new Kenya money, because I've never touched it, you know. So that's something else, something so different. And what else? And I mean, so many things. And then you realize your friends moved on. They are not the same where you left them. Some got married, some, you know, even if you talk on the phone, it's not the same. When you get home, you realize people are too busy also. Back home, by the way, back home, life is busy as well. It's not like everybody just sitting around waiting for you to come from US or to come from Europe and take you around. But people are busy with their own lives also, and that is something, you know. And sometimes I'm like, oh my God, you know, you go home and also you realize you realize a lot of things that are different than how you left them. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, you're like, oh my God, this is not the same way. So guys, tell me on the comment section, if you lived abroad for so many years and then you went back home, what are some of the things back to your country? What are some of the things you found different? What are some of the things that were like, no, I'm not used to this. Like now, for example, if I get to my country right now and you call me to say, hey, Betty, just let's meet up somewhere. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I don't remember my country, but thinking about the so many changes. If right now we meet in the city and you say, oh, let's meet at this and this, I have to kind of go around to figure out exactly how to get there. Not because sometimes, you know, even the bus stops, they change. You realize I was so used to this bus stop here, but then they changed it. They switched it to another location. And then you find, I don't know, you tell me on the comment section, what are some of the things you found different? Was it the same for you after you lived abroad for so many years, going back to, you know, and people are different. Tell me how long you lived in abroad, and then when you went back home, what was so different for you? I know mostly when you live here, one thing that hits you, and let me give you an example of when I left UK. When I left UK many years ago, I went back home and I was like, oh my God, the customer service sucked. Like seriously, like almost everywhere you go, you're like, I don't like the customer service, because that's not how you used to be treated, you know, that's not how you used to be served. And that was something. And that's another thing which is funny. I was, you know, when you live abroad, you're so used to, like when I live in Arizona right now, I'm so used to seeing a lot of white, brown people. And when I go back home, I see a lot of like black people like me, which is gonna be like, wow, you know, that feeling of wow, this is home. And by the way, don't get me wrong, but for me, every time I see I see like a whole bunch of like, let's say when we meet here in Arizona, people from our country, I always feel good. I always feel at home. Not because I have something against the people here, you know, like the white or Asians or you know, brown people and white people. No, it's just because what you're used to, you know, what you can, you know, what you always, it's a sense of home. This is home. This is where I belong. The sense of belonging, I can call it that. Another thing that really shocked me when I left UK is how the chaos. I believe, let me tell you, and if you've lived, like you guys have seen my videos here in Arizona, so you people ask me, how come people in Arizona don't walk around? Let me tell you, if I land in Nairobi today, this morning, I'll be like, whoa, where are you people going? Because I'm not used to seeing so many people walking. And especially when you live here in Arizona, it's just weird. In Arizona, people don't walk too much. I don't know. And somebody said, oh, it's because Arizona is too hot, where people, no, it's not because Arizona is too hot. I believe in Arizona, everybody I don't know. Is it because everybody owns their own car because of the summer and they have to, or because we don't even have buses? And we don't even, no, we have buses, not too many buses. And we have trains, but just, I don't know, just a regular train, you know, from one point to the other. We don't have like the UK trains. You know how in Europe and other states are different, by the way. This is just Arizona. Arizona, everybody, when you come here, having a car, you need it. So when I go back home, I'll be like, whoa, you know, seeing so many people walking on the street, that will be something nice. It's hectic in a way because you're not used to the congestion and people honking and people talking and people, you know, having conversations on the street and people and everything. And also another thing that will shock you is the trust. You know, you trust so much when you live abroad. It's different when you get home. You will realize it's gonna be all different when you land there, because you're so used to trusting so much and the convenience of everything, doing things fast and having things done very fast for you. The convenience, you know, you wake up, you're going for your you are applying for your passport, in 2 weeks you got it. You're applying for your birth certificate, you get it in a day. You just go and get it. You're applying for this. Everything is just so convenient when you live abroad. But when you go back home, you realize it's kind of different, because something very simple can drag and take a long time. And like, I don't understand. Sometimes you're like, oh my God, this thing is like a 20 minutes job and it's taken like a week. You know, you just have to wait for that kind of a process, and you have to kind of struggle to get what you need, which is not the case when you live abroad. So those are the kind of change, you know, the shocks I got when I, not a shock like that, because I was used to that before, but when you live abroad, you kind of start forgetting, you kind of start adjusting to this life. So when you go home, it's a whole complete world for you, which is, you feel like a whole complete stranger. And also opening up, oh my God, here in this country, people are used to sharing and talking and being open, you know. And back home, people, I don't know, it's just different. When you're here, you kind of share. Like, it's a habit for me. It's something I started. Like, I can just meet you today and open up like crazy. I'll just tell you my whole life story in 1 minute, you know. Like, I'll just it's a bad habit, because a lot of Americans are like that, by the way. You meet them and you're like, within 2 minutes, you have known about their grandparents and their forefathers. They will tell you everything. Oh my God, you just share, like you go to work and people open up, people share a lot. And we're so used to keeping secrets and stuff like that. I mean, I hope you understand what I mean. Everybody experience is different. Like, and another thing that really excites me is the food. You know, when you live abroad, you go home and you're just too excited to eat very simple things that you take, you know, like you had missed, and it's just nice. But people don't realize until you get there. For me, I'm looking forward to going home after, I don't know, maybe it's gonna be over 10 years when I don't know, by the time that time comes. So I don't know, guys, after 10 years, a whole decade, tell me, if you're from Kenya, tell me all the changes that has happened in 10 years. Start combing me, kunichanua, so that by the time I land, I'll be, you know, I wouldn't be in shock so much. Let me tell you, another thing is, for me, I used to, by the way, when you come to this country, when you're new, like when you come to, when you move abroad, you're kind of so used to following your country news a lot. But after some years, you stop following the news. You know, like for me, when I moved here, I was watching the Kenyan news. I was watching this, everything was just, in me was just Kenyan. But right now, I'm like, that changed. Okay, number one, I'm not even talking about the news, because we see these things on Facebook and stuff. So online social media helps. But if it was not for social media, you'll be so blind by things you don't even see or hear. So let me know, maybe, and let me know what are some of those things that really they started getting into you, like, oh wow, do you love it when you go, or do you wish to come back quickly? By the way, some people tell me when they go home they don't feel like coming back, and some people, they say when they go home they wish they can come back in after a week. They just feel like, oh, this is too much for me, I just want to go back. I don't know for me, I haven't been back, so I've told you, I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know how the feeling is gonna feel like. And some people say when you live abroad, you go back to your country, even the prices, you are overcharged. The minute you open your mouth, they can tell you're not from you don't live there, you are visiting. And especially the US people. No, first of all, I think people who live in Germany, they kind of forget English, and they kind of, when they're searching for words, they put some German words in there. So what about people in the US? They put words that you obviously can tell that person lives in the US. Like, for example, the washroom, the bathroom. We are so used to, I'm going to the bathroom, and back home is the toilet, right? So I'm used to, I'm going to the bathroom, I'm going to the washroom, I'm going to the restroom. A washroom? No, we are used to washroom. We restroom and bathroom. Another thing, another word is like, when you're talking about, there's so many things. Remind me, guys. Sometimes my mind is blank right now. Yeah, when you're talking about going to the store, you're not used to talking about I'm going to the supermarket. That is a word we don't use. So it's in you. For me right now, I try to use those words a lot because I'm doing my YouTube, but even saying water, like here, you just cannot go telling people I need some water, yeah? The way we are used to use water. So when you go home, you'll be saying water, and somebody will be like, you sounding American. It's just some of those things, you can't help it. You have to say it because that's what you're used to. And also the money, the currency you're used to abroad. You go home and you're talking about pounds. How many pounds? Like when I left UK, I had a big problem. Every time I used to say, Bao Shigana, how many pounds? Pound gapi, Like I used to forget completely that I'm dealing with Kenya shillings, and by the way, guys, even the prices I hear right now, I hear back home things are very expensive. These are not the price. This is not how I left things. Here, I'm used to the prices here, so I go home, it'll be a whole shock. Like, oh my God! I hear people telling me that you go to the store and with 10,000 shillings, Kenya shillings. I don't know how much is 10,000 shillings. That is $100. I hear people say you go with $100 to the store and you just grab like 2 bags, two grocery bags, just the 2 paper bags, I know back home they don't use the grocery bags anymore, the plastic bags. They use those kind of other bags, but I hear it's not a lot, so I'm not used to that because I know for sure, like, I don't know, things have changed, friends have changed, not the same anymore. People who you are going clubbing with, they cannot go clubbing because now they have families. People who you were doing things with them, they're not, things have changed a lot. So tell me on the comment section, because I want us to interact and share all the changes. And did you need a tour guide? Did you need your friends to show you around? Why you overcharged the prices? Why they overcharge you just because they heard your accent? And how about your children? You left with your children, they are not used to the pit latrine back home. You go to the village and your children have never seen a pit latrine. They will be like, Mama, So it's just a whole, like for me, I'm looking forward to taking my kids back and just to see their reaction, because I'm sure even Darren, by the time we're going back, he'll have forgotten a whole bunch of stuff. And also, like Kamamu, she's never been. I'm just excited to see how she'll react when she sees the cows and the goats. She sees them once in a while, but not a lot. I can't wait to take her to my village and for her to see them and touch them. And also, it's just a lot. So let's interact on the comment section. Let's share, let's talk. It's all those things that you experienced, and I think I've shared some of the things that I've experienced myself. It's a lot. It's just that I've forgotten some of the things. Thanks to me not bringing a note. I should be bringing a note. But anyway, guys, thank you and take care. God bless you. I love you all. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. I'll just remind you again, just in case you didn't get it the first time. And give the video a thumbs up. Thank you. Take care. Bye.